And our last question here is involving the pH stuff that we talked about. So the only thing that you have to remember is that you have acids and bases at this state of the game. And acids are like H positive and bases are OH negative, and they always go together to make H2O. So the point is that if you have an OH insoluble substance like calcium hydroxide, that is technically a base, and it will react with an acid. So this says which of the following would cause an increase in the solubility of CaOH2. All right, well, let's talk about this for a second. What you've got is you've got CaOH2 that's a solid that's going to break into the calcium ions and two hydroxide ions that are there. All right, so this one says which one is going to cause an increase in the solubility. So that means going to the soluble side over here to the right. So basically, you're trying to figure out which of these guys is going to cause a shift to the right-hand side. Well, will adding this shift it over to the right? Your first instinct might be yes, but remember that this guy is a solid. So he does not have an effect on the position of the equilibrium. So that is definitely not the right answer. Okay. What about adding in calcium nitrate? Well, adding in calcium nitrate is not going to affect this guy directly or this guy directly, but it will affect this guy. It will make the amount of calcium go up. And if that's the case, it's going to shift it back over to the left-hand side, and that's not what we want. That's the insoluble side. This guy here, what about the NaOH? Well, the NaOH is going to make the OH go up, and that's going to shift it back over to the left side. That's not what we want either. And then our last guy, and this is the trick of these things, is you look at this and you say HNO3. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with any of these guys. But it does because of our discussion of acids and bases. So HNO3 is going to make the H positive go up. And remember, the H positive always reacts with the OH negative completely to make H2O. So by making the H positive go up, you are actually decreasing the amount of the hydroxide. And you're making that hydroxide react with the OH negative to make the H2O. So it's a secondary equation. And so by adding in H positive to this system, you are actually decreasing the amount of OH negative, which is going to send it over to the right-hand side. So that is